Okay, this is chapter 10.5, linear function, and first we have to get the idea of a new formula. And this is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so this formula, y equals mx plus b, has several things. The m stands for the slope, and the b stands for the y intercept. Tintercept? That's funny. Intercept. Okay, and if we draw a graph, this line is going to work out on here. Let's put some numbers in for slope and for the y-intercept. Just say we have y equals 2x plus 2. So the y-intercept, which is this one, is at 2, and it's where it crosses the y-axis. And so since this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis, the y-intercept crosses the y-axis at 2, and the point would be 0, 2, if you were to put a point in there. The slope, remember we've been studying slope, is equal to rise over run. And when we're looking at a slope of 2, it's not the x, it's just the m. This 2 is equal to 2 over 1. So the rise, it goes up 2 for every 1 that it runs over. Alright, so it would go up to 4, and then it would go over 1. Like that. You can also do the opposite, which would be negative 2 over negative 1, and you know these are equal. So that would be down 2, and a negative rise would be down, and a negative run would be in a negative direction this way. So you'd have a point here, and your points would form a line, like so. And this is a great way to graph a line or a linear function. Now we can use a t-chart, which we've seen before, hopefully. Let's make a straight t-chart-ish. Okay, so where the x value goes over here and the y value goes over here, and we're just going to plot some points using this equation. Y equals 2x plus 2. If we just choose a number for x, like 0, if we choose a number for x, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2. If we put in a 1, for x, that's 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, so y equals 4. And if we were to put in a negative 1 here, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So that's our point. And we have this point, which was 0, 2, which was this first one. And we have our second point, which is 1, 4, which is this one. It's over 1 up 4. And then we have our third point, negative 1, 0, which is over here at negative 1, 0. And we can see that that works. Now this is graphing it using plotting points. And what we're planning to learn today is using the slope intercept form to graph it quickly without having to plot points. Alright, so let's take another one. Y equals negative x minus 5. This is from example 1. Now they do it slightly different than me, and if you're looking at the book, please take a look at how they do it. You might be able to make more sense out of it one way or another. I think it makes more sense this way. So when we look at this, what is our slope? This is a little confusing because we don't see a number there. Well, it's negative 1. So the slope is going to be like negative 1 over 1. We've got to put it in a fraction form to make it work. And the y-intercept is equal to negative 5, because that's what that is, a negative 5. So again, plotting our points quickly on a graph, y-intercept is negative 5, which is down here. One more. Alright, is where it crosses the y-axis. negative 5. And then our slope is negative 1, 1. So we would go down 1 over 1. Or we could use positive 1, negative 1. These are the same. And go up 1, back 1. See, if we go down and over, it's the same as up and back. This is up and this is back. Okay, and so our slope would go up and over, and we could plot these points all day long, and we could do it the other way I showed you and it would still work out. Okay, let's look at another one. Example 2 wants us to graph y. Oops. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. Alright, and so the slope, which is m, is equal to negative 2 or negative 2 over 1. It has to be a fraction form to get slope. And our y-intercept is positive 3. Okay, and then again, we're just going to draw our graph and see what happens. Positive 3 is up here. It's the first thing. Find that first point on the y-intercept, and then our slope is down to negative 2, positive 1. And then we could go down 2 over 1. And slope looks like that, basically. It's much easier with a ruler. And you will have a ruler. So good luck with that one. This is how you do all of these. You just have to find the y-intercept right here. And this is the y-intercept, and the slope m equals negative 2. Sometimes, I guess I should show you one more thing. Sometimes they have it in a different format. They might say 2x plus 2y is equal to 3, and then you have to rearrange it. So that would be like subtracting 2x from both sides so that you could get the 2y by itself. Okay, so this is 2y is equal to 3 minus 2x. Really, you should write that the other way so that it's 2y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. Because remember, our goal is this format, y equals mx plus b. So we need to get the y by itself on the left of the equal sign, and the b over here in the next term, sorry, the x over here in the next term, followed by the b. So this is close, but we still have this 2. So we're going to divide everything by 2. Each term has to be divided by 2, or both sides have to be divided by 2, but it ends up being the same thing. And this cancels out so that we just have y. And then negative 2 over positive 2 is the same thing as negative 1. So we just write negative x. Hopefully that makes sense. And then we're just going to write this as a fraction. And we have now put it in the proper form, started with this other thing. So you have to do a little bit of that in this assignment. All right, good luck.